Hello everyone, Seraphin here, welcome back for more Pokémon Soul Silver. When I last left you guys, we decided to do a little bit of backtracking to Goldenrod to do some shopping and otherwise address a couple other things that I haven't done yet. And I will go ahead and show you that momentarily, but first, we are making some changes to the party. I'm dropping Spearow. I know I said I wanted to keep a good flying type Pokemon around, but we haven't really been using him very much, and we don't really need him per se. We've got Heracross with Aerial Ace, so what's the point? As regrettable as that is, it's just we don't need him. So anyway, moving on. I'm also thinking about dropping Slowpoke. Unfortunately, he's just not effective for what I need him to be right now, and he's not really getting a lot done in what I just really need on my team right now. So we're gonna go ahead and drop Slowpoke, and I'm probably gonna replace him with Drowsy. I don't want this Drowsy because he doesn't have a great nature, and he's also really low level, and I don't want to have to worry about training up one from too low a level, so we're going to go catch a higher level one. And I know just the place to do it, so we'll deal with that. That being said, obviously Bayleaf is a permanent addition to our team because it's my starter, and I need a good grass type. Vulpix, I believe, is going to be permanent as soon as I can evolve the thing. Heracross, definitely a permanent member. It's just too good. I need my linchpin on my team, and Heracross is definitely that. So we're sticking with that. Ekans, I've not quite made up my mind about yet. We'll see, but so far it's looking pretty good, if I'm being totally honest. But we'll see how it does when it evolves into Arbok. That being said, we have something to go pick up, and that is right over here. Now that we've met Bill, we can actually go to his house, where he is now returned to. And he has something for us. It is an Eevee! Yes, it is an Eevee. Absolutely, I'll have an Eevee. Thank you very much. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, would it be better if I went with Espeon instead of a Drowsy or something? I don't need to know. Actually, have I used Espeon before? I don't think I have. But that being said, I don't know if I'm going to bother with that because, well, what level is this Eevee anyway? It's level 5. I think in the original games, or original Gold and Silver, you got it at level 20, which would have been great. I would love to have a level 20 Eevee right now, but unfortunately I don't think I'm going to use this. I have made use of Espeon before. It's really, really good, by the way. Espeon is arguably my second favorite evolution, the first being Jolteon. Jolteon, by the way, is the best evolution, and if you disagree, you're wrong. So, anyway, moving on. Let's see here. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to use Eevee. If I were going to use Eevee, it would be Espeon, simply because that is an evolution that does not require a stone, and also because I need a good Psychic type. But I think we'll stick with the original plan and just use, what do you call it? My brain just shut off again. Drowsy. We're just going to use Drowsy instead. That being said, we're going to have Wooper and Paris around for HM purposes. But I'm going to go see if I can catch me a better Drowsy. Although, honestly, I don't really need them right on me at the moment, so why don't I leave them here? And then, so that way I can look and see what kind of Drowsies I get when I catch them, and see what kind of natures they've got, that kind of situation. This one has a tiny mushroom, I just noticed. So tiny mushroom, if you're not familiar, I don't really know what they do. I know what they used to do in the original, or not original, but in Fire Red and Leaf Green, which were remakes of the original Red and Blue. If you got tiny mushrooms, or even just giant mushrooms, I think there's giant mushrooms too. If you brought 2 tiny ones or 1 giant mushroom to a person on one of the Sevi Islands after the post-game, or during the post-game in Fire Red and Leaf Green, you could use those to relearn old moves that your Pokemon have forgotten. So like a move relearner situation. That particular trend has been carried over into every game since then, which is very nice, because it's like, oh, I've screwed up and wanted a move that I forgot. Or what they started doing is there's some moves that your Pokemon can learn only by relearning them, because they effectively always knew them, but they don't have them when you evolve them. That sounds really confusing, I know, but an example of that would be in Gen 4, the original ones with Diamond and Pearl. If you had a Torterra, so like a Turtwig that you evolved into a Torterra, and took him to the move relearner, it could relearn a move called Wood Hammer, which is basically a grass type takedown move. So really high damage, but it had some recoil on it. But holy crap, was Wood Hammer ever an amazing move. Especially with someone like Torterra, who had absurdly high attack value behind it, and it just hit like a truck. But you can only get that wood hammer if you went to the move relearner and taught it to him, because the idea is it always knew wood hammer at like level 1, but obviously you didn't get Torterra at level 1. So you need to relearn it. Here we go. This is level 14 Drowsy. This is a little more manageable, I think. We'll go ahead and glare it right off the bat for a couple of reasons. Now, I don't want to bite him because it'll probably kill it outright, although Drowsy's fairly tanky. I might be able to get away with it. Let's give it a try. I think I can bite him once and he'll survive. Oh yeah, totally. That's actually really good. And he flinched. Perfect, so he can't confusion me in retaliation. So let's see. Hopefully this one's got a halfway decent nature and or ability. I don't know what other ability... Oh no, it can learn Forewarn. That's right. Forewarn is useless. So I think I actually want it to have Insomnia over Forewarn. That way it can't be put to sleep. Forewarn is pointless, by the way. All it does is, like, tell you what one move your opponent has. Like, why? Like, what's the point? It's not great competitively. It's not great in everyday use. So let's take a stab at this thing here. A lax nature. That's not spectacular, if I'm being totally honest. It does still have Insomnia, although I'd rather it had... I don't want to sacrifice its special defense. I definitely think that's its best feature. I think speed might actually be a dump stat for Drowsy, if I'm being totally honest. I know it's supposed to be fairly tanky, but regrettably I don't want one that sacrifices its best stats, so we're going to go for something different. Here's another one, right away. Hopefully it doesn't have Forewarn. Thankfully we can tell right away, because it'll actually tell us. It does not have Forewarn, so that means it has Insomnia, so we'll go ahead and glare it one more time. And I missed. And now my glare is disabled. Awesome. Well, I guess we're just going to go ahead and bite it and throw a ball at it. Hopefully I don't crit or something. So as long as this one has a decent nature, it's definitely going to be usable, I think. Don't confusion me, please. And it knows Hypnosis, which will be really nice for trying to catch other wild Pokemon if that comes around. Hypnosis has abysmal accuracy, but Sleep is the single most effective status condition for catching Pokemon. As I mentioned previously, Freeze works just as well, but good luck landing a Freeze condition on something, unless you're not expecting it. Alright, let's see how this Drowsy looks. I am actually a little bit curious. It's got more HP, so better HP individual value. Calm nature, that sounds better. Oh, that's perfect! Oh yeah, attack's going to be a dump stat for this thing, probably, right? It does have... Oh, geez. It has lower special attack. It is much, much faster. Wow. Like, that's not even funny. Holy crap, baskets. And it has just as much defense as with a beneficial nature. Yeah, this one's definitely better. Okay, we're going to go with this one. Alright, we got ourselves a Drowsy. Perfect, I think. Oh yeah, I can't cut this down. I still don't have cut. That's fine. We'll go back and get that. No, never mind. Screw it. We'll just proceed onward. We'll just go through the park again. Alright, so now I have another Pokemon I have to worry about training up. But we don't have to worry about trying to raise Slowpoke or Spearow any longer, although I really wasn't giving them a lot of attention to begin with, was I? That being said, we're going to see if we can't get ourselves a decently leveled team here before we try to tackle Morty. I took care of you already. I do want to get back into the Burn Tower, but there's something I need. And I know exactly where to go to get it, so why don't I go take care of that real quick. In fact, why don't I put Drowsy in the front, even though it's wounded. Obviously not planning on using it in combat just yet. But it knows Hypnosis and Confusion, so it's got a status move, it's got a stab move in Confusion, which is not a great psychic move, but it's decent. Weirdly enough, and I never understood this, Drowsy and Hypno learn Poison Gas. And I don't have a clue why that is. This thing might actually kill me. Oh, dang close. Uh-oh. Well, that worked out great. Good thing there's a Pokemon Center right around the corner here. I don't want to switch out. Can I just run away? It's a wild Pokemon, for heaven's sake. Oh, it's because I'm on set instead of shift. If I was on shift for battle style, I could choose to run away before sending something else out. But I don't want to. Alright, well, let's heal up the party here. I can bring back out... I need my Wooper. That's what I need. The Wooper's got my HM moves. I can teach that thing Surf, too. So I can have it learn 3 out of the 4 HM moves that I'll be knowing pretty soon here. That'll be nice. That's mostly what it's for, by the way, is just using HMs non-stop. Wooper and Quagsire learn darn near all of them, with the exception, I think, of Cut. I think that's... and Fly. Okay, it can't learn Fly either, but... there's a few Pokemon that can learn both Cut and Fly. In fact, I think the best setup for HMs is, in Gen 4 at any rate, it's Bibarel, which is like Evolved Bidoof, and Skarmory. Because Skarmory learns a ton of them too. Skarmory will learn Cut and Fly and Rock Smash, and I think one other one, I forget what it is. Well, in Diamond and Pearl, it's Defog, which is not an HM move in this generation. But back then it was. And this one, I think it's Quagsire, and Skarmory is what you want, since you can't have access to Bidoof or Bibarel for quite some time. Is that how you pronounce that? Bibarel? I never really bothered to check. It's a beaver. You guys know what it is. Alright, so let's go out this direction. There's not a whole lot for us to do out this direction just yet, but there is this guy that will run out of this cave and bump right into us. Please don't cry. Take this. We get HM4, which conveniently enough contains Strength. And because we have the Goldenrod City gym badge, we can actually make use of Strength. So we have Surf but can't use it yet, but now we have Strength, which we can use. That's nice. Oh, Shadow Claw. That might come in handy. Ooh, what oh, geez, I'm trying to think who can make good use of Shadow Claw, if anybody. That would be great for Morty's gym. That would decimate a lot of his team if I put that on somebody who can resist him and Shadow Claw him to death. Ooh, Heracross could use Shadow Claw. That would be really nice to counter a Psychic-type Pokemon that he's weak to. That's actually a brilliant idea. I might consider doing that. Can he learn it? That's another good question. I don't know if Morty's team has, like, Psychic-type moves. I'm not actually certain. We're going to go ahead and teach Strength to Wooper while I run back into the Burn Tower. Because that'll allow me to grab all of the delicious stuff on the ground there. So, Strength. At least I think Wooper can learn Strength. We'll find out in a moment here. Nope, it can't yet. I know Quagsire definitely can. Darn it. Well, he's not evolved yet. There's not much point, is there? Ekans can learn it too, but what's the point? I could just give it to Heracross and replace it with, like, Horn Attack or something. Wouldn't be the worst decision in the world. It might not be a great one, but... he's got Brick Break, he's got Aerial Ace, and I'm going to need him... I might need to teach him Shadow Claw. We'll see how that goes. You know, I'm just going to give it to Heracross. Yeah, we'll delete something. How much strength does Strength have? 80. So it's better than Horn Attack, straight up. Same accuracy. I didn't realize Strength was that powerful. Yeah, let's just get rid of Horn Attack and learn Strength instead. That's fine. It's a decent normal type move. It's not as good as, like, Body Slam or something like that. Or Takedown even, probably, but whatever. Alright, moving on. Let's jump into the Burn Tower. I think what I'm going to do, actually, is make use of that Dowsing Machine. Where is that thing? Dowsing Machine, here we are. And I will use that Dowsing Machine. So what's cool here is, instead of my menu, I have the touchscreen interface, and it tells me where all the hidden items are. Which sounds ridiculous, but, well, it doesn't tell me, but it allows me to detect them much easier. Let's put it that way. Rattata, you say. Well, I'm not all that concerned about Rattatas, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and go down the ladder here. And I'll use... Man, I gotta use my Dowsing Machine again. I gotta figure out how to use this registration function. I don't need my old rod registered anymore. I'll deselect that, and then I'll register this guy. Let's see if I can figure out what button it is. Nope, that's not it. There's a time and a place for everything, but not now. Isn't that lovely? Anyway. Yeah, I'll have to figure out what button this actually is to use this thing, because I don't know off the top of my head. There's definitely something hidden over this way. Maybe not. Anyway, so this is where you would need to use strength at, is these little guys right here. So yes, I'd love to use strength. That being said, I'm on the wrong side of them. So this is kind of pointless, really. Let's take a look up here instead. More coughings, my favorite. Actually, Drowsy might be able to do some decent training off these things, considering I have a super effective move against them. Let's see how much damage I do. Probably not a great deal, but wow, actually that's pretty good. If I can 2-hit KO coughings, I can actually get some halfway decent level ups off these things. So what I might do, if I'm being totally honest with you guys, is maybe do a little grinding off screen and get my Hypno up to a or not Hypno, but Drowsy up to a decent level. Wow, okay, yeah, that's a great plan. I should definitely do that. Alright. Nothing over here, I don't think. So let's sneak around here. Oh, yeah, as soon as you walk down, Raikou, Entei, and Suicune will run away. And now this actually does have an in-game effect, what I just did. Raikou and Entei can now be encountered in the wild at random. Well, the first time is random. After you have seen them once, you can actually use the Pokédex to track their location. Every time you change routes, they will change routes too. They're constantly roaming the entirety of Johto. And whenever you change routes, they'll move on to another route adjacent to the one they were just at random. But they don't go into cities, obviously. So you can track them that way, but it's still a little kind of hit and miss if you get a chance to run into them or not. And obviously it might not even be like your first encounter in the route. It might be like you have to wait a little while. So, you've been able to do that since the original Gold and Silver, by the way, too, which is really nice, but it's still a big pain in the butt. In fact, I just did it not too long ago on my Game Boy Color on the original cartridge, and it's a massive pain in the butt. And the legendary beasts themselves are an absolute abject pain to capture. Not just encountering them, but actually, like, capturing them, because they always run away the first chance they get. So you don't really have a lot of time to, you know, land hits on them to weaken them or use status moves or anything like that. In fact, using any status moves is kind of pointless, apart from inflicting status conditions, because those actually do... Oh, geez, that is a Dark-type move. Inflicting status conditions will be persistent when you fight them next time. So, funnily enough, they can run away and roam around the world while they're asleep. It never made any sense to me, but... and all their damage, obviously, is persistent. But, any like, you know, lowering their defense, lowering their speed, don't bother. It just goes away. But yeah, they're a massive pain in the butt to catch. And as nice as they are to have... Well, two of them at any rate. Suicune actually is different in this game because... And in Crystal as well, the original... That's going to kill me, isn't it? Yep, sure did. Love it when the things that I'm good against have a weapon, have a move to counter me. That is just the best thing ever. What do I want to kill this with? We'll just use Ekans. Stupid Zubats. Suicune and Raikou are quite good. Raikou is very fast and very tanky. And Suicune is like a ridiculously good tank, and I think it always has been. It's got like absurdly high defenses. It's got a good defensive typing. It's water type only. So it only has 2 weaknesses. And if you build it up enough, it can actually resist those. It can actually tank those weaknesses fairly well. It's got Roar, it's got Haze, it's got all the fun tools. Please don't hurt yourself, Ekans. What did I just tell you? Alright, I am really annoyed at this stupid Zubat now. Zubats are always annoying. It's like, here, I'm fast and I can confuse you and I can bite you to death. Like, great. Thanks, dude. Love it. Stupid Zubats. Anyway, moving on. I'll probably just run away from those from now on. What in the world? How do you move around this place? Oh, I know. I gotta go down. Wow, my brain just turned off. Well, I would fight these coughings with my Drowsy if I had one. Well, I do have one, but it's just fainted right now. I might run back to the Pokemon Center and heal and come back real quick. But I'll have to wait and do that in a minute here, because I keep running into stuff. Probably should have brought some repels with me or something. That would have been the smart thing. I actually had some and I sold them. What do you mean can't escape? There's no way level 14 Rattata is faster than my freaking Vulpix. I call bullcrap, sir. I call bullcrap. Anyway. So I'm going to run back and heal up, and we will continue with the burned tower and all of its fun little glory next time. So that being said, thank you very much for joining me to this point. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to do some work on my team composition for real this time, and I'll get back to you guys with what I plan on doing with it. So stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you in the next episode. So stay tuned until then. This has been Seraphin. Stay classy, internets.